you self-medicating, or what's going on? Is it stress, anxiety that's not treated, or depression not treated, or unresolved trauma, things that are just in the past, or conflict or disappointment at work? There's so many things that can lead someone into self-medicating and starting. And the people who've been on the show before, nobody wants to become an addict. It starts off with good intentions. Somebody just picks up stuff and they're like thinking, just today, and then it just keeps on. It's not ill intention. It's not, it's a positive beginning, and you can always get back to that positive place too, but it has to be self-choice, and people have to want to. And with that, it's possible.
That's the thing for me is way more people want change and life improvement than want to quit, because quitting, especially when you're struggling in the moment, quitting doesn't seem like it's going to make anything better. Mm-hmm. Other people tell you that it will, but that doesn't necessarily feel so true in the moment. And so what I tell people all the time is, look, let's start where the person is already excited. Let's start in the place where they're telling us, yes, I can't wait to go there. And later on, this is what I found is, 40, 50% of the people I work with still decide to quit. I just didn't have to make them do it.
Right. I love it. And I want to explore that more, especially after the new year. I know that there's a lot of people that are thinking of making a change, but they're just not ready to yet because it's just the wrong time. So I hear that all the time. And it's hard to do that. It's like, who wants to just all of a sudden change everything right before, holidays or New Year's or whatever? It's like the hardest time for people during that time too. So, but afterwards, the whole new year, new beginning. But, even the new year and everything, it's just another day, and people are like, I'm going to do this I'm going to quit smoking on New Year's or whatever. And it's just like, why that day?
Yeah, quit dates are not seen evidence-based. Like, just the research doesn't really show that setting a quit date helps so much. A lot of people quit in a gradual fashion. And once you get that in your head, once you know that, though, I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off.
Yes, that it doesn't have to be all or nothing right away. You can start to make a conscious decision to cut back on bad habits.
Exactly.
And it's okay to mess up. It's okay to relapse and start over, as long as you're willing to. I mean, nobody wants to, but, it doesn't mean completely failure. It means fail forward, and move on and learn from that. And
I love the fail forward model. I think, look, the reality is that when you look at success, a lot of the people that we think of as the biggest successes we've seen, they didn't get it right off the bat. It didn't. Mm-hmm. It's not like one day Thomas Edison decided he wanted to make a light bulb, and then the next day he had a light bulb. It took 2.5, 3 years of really, really hard work.
Yeah, and he said like 77 times failure, and he said, they're like, we're never going to get this. And he's like, no, we just learned 77 ways not to make a light bulb, how not to. It's just how you look at it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the total number for him, and this gets people a little freaked out when I say this out loud, but they had over 10,000 experiments by the time they got a functional light bulb. And I challenge all the people I work with to say, look, this is your life. This is actually more important than a light bulb, right? And so how many experiments are you willing to take on? How many little variations are you willing to take on that, might not be comfortable in the moment? You don't know exactly if they're going to work or not. Mm-hmm. But it's the way to get victory in the end.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. Man, I didn't know the number either, but I was just throwing one out there. I knew it was a lot. 77 is a little bit
literally
less than 10,000.
10,000.
But that's how many chances we get.
Is that when you think about it, right?
It could be intimidating or it could be hopeful, depending on how you look at it. That's how many chances we do get, in life.
It's exactly that. It can be one or the other, depending on how you look at it. So I always try to get my people to look at it in the following way, and that is, you know what? If at 9,000 that guy didn't quit, and because of him we now have a light bulb that functions and we can light up our world and everything, how important do I think I am? And then, okay, I tried 4 different therapists and it didn't work. What does that mean? It means one thing. You got to go try the 5th, right?
Love it. And we'll talk more about this when I have you back. We'll talk after the show, too. But you guys, thank you so much. We're out of time. And so I want to remind you guys, the listeners, KNEKT TV, KNEKT KNEKT.TV and type in the word moment and get a free month subscription. Thank you, Kent Spiegman, for being on the show and arranging this, and Dr. Jaffe for joining us, and Brian Johnson. Thank you all. And we'll be back tomorrow, 12 to 1, every Thursday, Friday, 12 to 1. Thanks, Ed. And be kind to yourself and to a stranger. You never know what they're going through. Take care. Thank you, team.